Greetings, everybody, and welcome to TikTok Live here at Bloom from Within Love. I go by Bloomy, and welcome to Rando Wacky Wednesday. Yeah, Wacky Wednesday mini discussion on the go. Okay, it's gonna be on the go right now, you guys. So the title, as you guys can see, right? The title says it's complicated. LOL. So there's really two things I want to talk about as quickly as I can. Two that came to mind today as I've been going about my day. I'll start with the it's complicated for you guys, okay? It's complicated. LOL. I don't know if many of you seen this movie. I want to say it came out in like maybe 2000, maybe 2017, 18. It's Meryl Streep and I want to say Alec Baldwin and are the leading characters of that movie. It's complicated, right? And it's complicated. So, you know, they were once upon a time, an older married couple that had gotten divorced. And, you know, they had adult children. It was just, they had gotten used to dealing with each other post their divorce. However, some complications stepped in because the guy had remarried this younger girl. He had cheated on her for this younger chick. He ended up marrying this younger chick, right? And, yada, yada. Y'all know the cliche story, okay? So, but it's complicated because upon this graduation of their, I want to say, like their youngest or whatever, they ended up going somewhere, meeting up somewhere as a family, but they ended up having an affair. Once upon a time, they were married and they ended up, hooking up. And hence the movie is called It's Complicated. And I'm bringing up this topic because, first of all, I just want to say, I have my personal views and opinions. And, I understand the law of the universe, but there's no judgment, okay? And I want to say that because life is life. We've all made mistakes. We've all gone down paths and made choices, you know what I'm saying? And so it's all for growth and development. It's not advised, but all of it serves, right? So I just want to say that disclaimer, like there's no judgment here. I was once upon a time super young and silly like everybody else, and I've had my share of things that I've done when I was in my younger years, okay? So I get it. So it's complicated, right? I get many people coming to me. The reason why I'm having this discussion, I get people asking me this question. Bloomy, right? They'll say Bloomy or Brandy, my real name. Don't you get it? Sometimes things are complicated. Like sometimes people have situations in life and it's kind of like, what do? You're already married to this person, but, technically, you're feeling like it ain't there anymore, or you were only in that marriage for convenience and your heart is over here, or there's passion, you know what I'm saying? And shit happens. What do you do, Bloomy? I mean, are they wrong for wanting, that other connection because they are technically married and they're really not happy? They're just in it because, maybe they're just in it because of routine. They're in it because of the kids. They're in it because of, money. They're in it because, like that old song that said, it's cheaper to keep her. You know what I'm saying? People have different reasons. And so I get people asking me these questions, quite honestly, a lot. So this is all I can share with that, you guys, is this. Y'all have heard me say, from Bloomy's perspective, my issue is really more about integrity and conduct. How you treat people, how you go about it, because things do get complicated. My issue is how individuals are treated in the dynamic, okay? So at the end of the day, shit does happen, but I feel like, well, if you don't, you have free will, but there's always a cause and effect energy at play. And so if you're being dishonest, if you're being secretive, if you're being insensitive to anyone in these dynamics, then at some point of your life, you're going to reap that frequency. Okay, and if you're okay with realizing that you're going to reap that frequency on some level, even if it shows up differently in form, then it's your call to make. It's really ill-advised to be insensitive or lack tact, no matter what the complications are. Okay, that's my resonance. Now, I do get the whole allure, you guys. I want to say I understand the allure of the forbidden apple. I wasn't always in this place I am in life. I wasn't always here. This took a lot of development, a lot of self-reflection, a lot of growth, a lot of healing, a lot of evolving, a lot, right? For me to be in the frequency and mindset that I hold now. I get, the seduction of, this is bad, but it feels so good. This is, like there's a seduction to that. I've been there, y'all. I done lived. I got stories, okay? I've been there. But I want to say this, like, look, it's all about awareness to me. It's all about being true to yourself and awareness. If you are truly okay with that, and the individuals involved is truly okay with, like, okay, this is forbidden and we're doing this, and you guys understand the implications of all of that, you know what I'm saying? If you truly are, then you're in a place in life that you can handle the repercussion, you can handle, the reality that, okay, you're saying that this is okay. You're saying that this feels good. You're saying that you're good with this whole seductive, secret lovery shit, right? You say that. But typically what ends up happening at some point, though there is an alluring factor there, but what ends up happening at some point is somebody gonna catch feelings. I'm telling y'all right now. Somebody gonna catch feelings at some point. Somebody's gonna want it to be more than it is. That's always the way it goes, right? You always have one that's cool with it, and chances are, because they be married, right? Whoever the married person is, they're cool with it because they're okay with the secret life. They're getting their cake and eating it too. So they're going to be okay with the repercussion because it's essentially they have two lives, or three or four, whatever, right? So they're going to probably be more okay with the dynamic remaining as such. Usually, you guys, the individual that is on the single side of it, where they don't have another secret husband or wife, that person is vulnerable to the likelihood of developing some deeper desire and wanting something more, and there's that potential of heartache and destruction. Hence, people go on the vengeance tip, when the shit hit the fan. Y'all seen these movies play out. You know what I'm saying? Now all of a sudden they want to go and contact the wife or the husband, because now they're scorned. They fell in love with someone that they went in willingly and freely. Because I'm not talking about those of us that you're in those dynamics and you didn't know people had husbands or wives. I'm talking about those of you who go into these situations willingly because it's alluring, it's sexy, it stimulates the ego, the feeling and the thought of, I got this person to be bad with me. You know what I'm saying? To betray, whatever, right? And so, then they catch feelings, because at some point then they start realizing, like, home dude or home girl ain't leaving. They husband and wife ain't happening. They not gonna miraculously fall in love with you, right? Because we had so much sexy fun or whatever. Sidebar. In the cases that it does happen, because again, I'm gonna tell y'all this, I was once upon a time in my 20s, okay? Now I'm 45, so hear me out. In the case where these individuals do actually leave, what's funny is that the dynamic just totally changed with you. So what was once upon a time this sizzly, spicy, fun, adventurous, alluring thing you may have had, when they do choose you, if they do decide, right, they're gonna detach from that husband or wife, come to you, now the dynamics change with you. They're gonna do the same thing to you, basically. That's all I'm saying. They're gonna do the same thing to you. That's the way it goes. So, you know, I'm answering this because there's many that have asked me this, so I wanted to put it on this platform. Okay. Yeah. You know, again, no judgment. But everything is cause and effect, you guys. Everything. And, you know, it seems fun and spicy until somebody get feelings. It seems fun and spicy until now you become the one committed to, and now you lose the zest that once had this person all over you, right? They may be there, but now they're just doing the same thing with you, because that whoever these individuals are, they seek this type of pleasure. They seek that type of, that's their thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, you guys, there are people, that's how they feel. That's what they believe. That's what they do. That's what they've been cultured to do. That's what they, you know what I'm saying? So they have their officials, husbands, wives, or official live-ins. You know what I'm saying? They have those, but they're never faithful to them. Okay? They have those, but they're still always entertaining things outside of that, no matter what they may be verbally saying to these people. It's the same thing. It just plays over and over and over. So my advice, you know, people asking, I say, look, get real with yourself. Be true to yourself. Stop fooling yourself. Stop, you know, and then count up the cost and whatever you're doing. If you can sit down and call up the cost and just ask yourself, is it really worth it to have the secret rendezvous and affair? And if you're free and loose and don't care, and are you okay with how this may play out? And people say yes at first, but then it changes later. So think about that when you're tempted, or when you're in this energy of, ooh, this, you know, I've been there. It is. There's a sexiness to it. I'm telling y'all. I get it. I bleed red. Okay? Like y'all's. Okay? I get it. But just get true and real with yourself. Know thyself. Get real and true with the dynamic. Don't get into fantasy and illusion about people. It's dangerous. Okay? And I want to say, I'm not talking about, there are individuals who are blunt and brutally honest about their lives. And then there are people who deceive. Okay, so I'm not talking about people who be like lying and shit, because that's a whole nother animal. If they're not telling the truth about shit, then okay, I get why people get hurt and it gets ugly and it gets messy. That's different, because people were not being thoroughly honest. Okay? So everybody has fallen prey to that. Somebody that was married or had a girlfriend and you didn't know it. They had a boyfriend, girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? You didn't know it because they were hiding them. They were lying about it. You know what I'm saying? We've all been there. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about situations where, you know, like whoever they was straight up told you, I got a boyfriend, I got a girlfriend, I got a husband, I got a wife, and you still choose to engage, and they talk to you maybe about all their problems, and you think you finna be a rescue ranger and shit and finna change their world, right? And it ain't happening. I'm telling y'all, it ain't happening. Because sometimes that's the game some of them play too. They'll be honest, but then they'll like sit there and play that storyline with you. You know, she's just such an evil witch, and he's such a, you know, whore, or he's such an abuser. Like, they'll just come at you with these stories about how crazy these people are. They don't tell you what the fuck they do to them behind closed doors. They just, you know what I'm saying? They just present and fashion situations so that you can buy the hype of, you know, oh my gosh, I get it. It's going to be all right. No, the fuck it ain't, because they crazy. And you finna find out as soon as, you know what I'm saying, they hook up with you. I'm just saying, like, be mindful. I'm laughing, you guys, because it's like we gotta, like, kind of wake up a little bit. Like, I'm just saying, okay? Don't be an illusion. If you're good with a fuck buddy, like, just understand. All I'm saying is, like, okay, but get it, though. Like, really, truly understand. Like, don't get into fantasy and illusion. Don't start, you know what I'm saying, trying to audition to be the next husband and wife and shit. It's like, if you are the, you know, hey, shit. And then no judgment. Listen, know thyself. No judgment. Know thyself. There's plenty of people on the planet that would oblige that kind willingly. Okay? Know thyself. Know what you're going into. Pay attention to red flags. Accept things as they are. If you're cool with the whole seductress, sexy adventure, we're just having sex and having, you know, fun, and, you know, they go home and I go home and we, you know, whatever. Okay? It's complicated that term is complicated as code for people who don't want to deal with the realities of what shit is. That's how I feel, essentially. It's complicated means that individuals involved don't want to truly face, assess, accept, and make a clear determination of situations that they've created. So they rather just go, it's complicated. Right? So that's that topic. Now, let me jump over to the other one that I felt inspired to come on as I was going about my day for y'all as well. So since I get asked about the complicated, blah, 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 no, I gave y'all the lowdown, right? Okay. Now, the other thing that came to mind is, so, first of all, well, how do you start your day? What are you feeding into your mind? And let me explain what I mean. Because it's equally addictive as that whole seductress, it's complicated affair dynamic. It's easy for us to, you know, obsess, ruminate, and be in a negative habit, thought form. Think about this, you guys. And I know, again, no judgment, because I've been in all of these phases of life. I get it. There's an alluring attribute to getting up in the day, right? Let's say you're going through some kind of transition, or you got something on your mind, or you're going through some kind of healing or something that you're trying to manifest or get through or heal from, you know, and it's very addictive to get up and be like, and then go on YouTube or go on whatever it is you do and just straight up look at everything that's only reinforcing that. And then you have this, you've created this momentum of a frequency within yourself. And then everything that we're focusing and putting our mind on constantly. Again, I'm not trying to make this super esoteric or metaphysical, but the law of attraction is what it is, even if you don't want to be into it, okay? I'm constantly ruminating over, this is why I'm trying to be very balanced with tarot. It's one of the reasons why I'm kind of teeter-tottering Bloom from Within Love in this, because I don't want to keep perpetuating and helping you all stay in that This is why I try to always shift gears at some point of a reading, because it's like, let's get in the now, let's get empowered, period. Right? Period. So that you can change what you're focusing on, instead of giving people who are long gone out of your lives, right? People, situations, circumstances, things that are of old, whatever you want to call it, free living space in your mind. Free living space, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm trying to say? Again, what is it that you're focusing on? You're co-creating. You're connected to the divine. You have that power. That's where true peace comes from. Aligning with the divinity of you, source, higher frequency, higher vibration. Whatever you are insistent upon thinking, talking about, paying attention into, is what you feel and constantly co-create. I was reminded of that. I wanted to share that. So when we decide to get up, and instead of feeding on, when I say feeding, I mean, again, what are you putting your attention into? What are you constantly reinforcing? What are you looking at? What are you listening to? Is it bringing a sense of peace, higher vibration, or is it bringing more of a I mean, all you got to do is think about this in very practical sense. Think about any time that you sit and you look at, let's say, if all you did for like 4 hours was, just for an example, let's say you just listened to nothing but trash TV for 4 hours. 4. Just trash, fighting, cussing, arguing, you know what I'm saying, gossiping, you know what I'm saying, pessimism, negativity, criticism, judgmentalness, bullying, harassing, you know, just fear, ego-based energy. If you did this for 4 hours, just 4 hours straight, nothing but doom and gloom, nothing but, you know what I'm saying, everything is bad, everything is evil, everything is going to shit, everything is, you know, hopeless. If you listen to this for 4 hours straight, do you think that you're gonna feel good or at peace? No. Right? And I want to say this once again, no judgment here. Y'all know me, at least those of you who follow me enough, right? No judgment here. Disclaimer, I say this every time I come on. You know, I want to say thank you. And I know this is not official reading. That's not what I'm here for. But I do still want to give shots out and thank yous and love and light and appreciation to all of you who have ever come on the videos and have given positive energy, positive vibes, encouragement, love and light towards me, towards, you know, Blooming Within Love, what we do here. I appreciate you all, and may you get that same love and light back to you, same positivity amped back to you where you need it the most, right? I say these disclaimers all the time, so if individuals are coming in here, we are on a global platform. This is social media. It's a mixed bag, you guys. So there's gonna always be a mixed bag. We all got haters. We all got, you know, exes. We all got exes of exes. We all got jealous, controlling motherfuckers. We all got people who feel like they're entitled to insert themselves in other people's created platforms. I recommend you ignore. Okay? Just ignore that. It's going along the lines of what I'm saying. What we're feeding into, what we pay attention to, what we align with. Okay? Yes, it comes a point where, yeah, we all have to stand up for ourselves when we need to. But more often than not, some of this stuff is simply designed to, first of all, get your attention off of who you are, what you're doing, what you feel, what you believe, onto them, because they have nothing else to do than to go and try to create themselves in other people's realities, other people's creations and platforms. And so essentially, it's not even worth you giving your attention. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay? We don't owe anybody explanations to who we are and what we do and what we believe. We don't owe anybody. Okay? They can create their own platforms just as surely as I'm creating mine. That's the nature of life, this journey, free will. Okay? So I give that advice to y'all as well, because that's the nature of the game, especially if you're on a global scale. I had to learn that. Wish them well. Yes. Then you're going to always have trolls, people who can't show up as themselves but yet want to insert into your reality. I had to learn these lessons. And what I mean by trolls is, you guys, individuals that are not representing themselves as they really are in the 3D. In other words, their name, their picture, their true identity. You know what I'm trying to say? So they hide. And then they want to go insert themselves in other people's realities. That should tell you something by itself. Sidebar, I'm going to tell y'all a funny story about me. Here's a sidebar. Once upon a time, not long ago, when I was in my earlier years, you know. No, I'm just playing. Okay, look. Okay, look. Once upon a time, for realsy, this is a true story. If y'all want to know something funny about Bloomy, if y'all wants to know some of the off the chain, you know, Bloomy back in the day stuff, right? So look, I was like, you know, when I was like still asleep, not woke, you know what I'm saying? Hashtag sleep, hashtag still in the matrix, hashtag sleep as fuck. When I was still there and in the lower vibration and still eyeballs deep in a lot of the trauma, I want to say this was my 20s for sure. I know it was my 20s. Okay, let me tell y'all, shoes. I used to be something else. That's what I'm saying. Like I can relate to like all kinds of stories, right? But I was kind of bold in spite of what I appeared. And let me explain what I mean. When I was doing dumb, crazy shit, for an example, let's say, you know, like when I was dating or seeing somebody and, you know, it became crazy and off the chain or whatever, I was bold with my shit. Like I called people as me. Like if I was going to call somebody, I didn't try to be like, oh, this is Miranda. No, I was like, this is Brandy. And, this is what I'm calling for, and whoop whoop, and you know what I'm saying? And they, you know, like I was that bold with it. It's like, even though it was crazy and insane and young and immature, you know what I'm saying? I represented as me, straight up. I came up, if I had something to say, I wasn't hiding, in other words. I wasn't hiding. If I was going to say something, if I was going to be as bold as to open my mouth or show up, you know what I'm saying, in some kind of way. Somebody said, I totally agree with what you said. I showed up as me. I was that fucking bold. Otherwise, then you know, if either I was going to keep quiet about a thing, or if I was going to be so bold as to try to so-called confront somebody or so-called, you know what I'm saying, say something, I was like, this is Brandy, and you know what I'm saying, this is regarding this person, and this is, you know what I'm saying, like, that's just how it was. And that's just a little secret about Bloomy when she, you know, was younger and was in drama, just, you know, like we've all gone through. But I didn't play the game, is what I'm trying to say. I didn't have time for that. It was like, nah. Yup, I'm confronting. Yup, this is my name. You know what I'm saying? This is me. This is I. Yeah. And I'll even go as far as, you know what I'm saying, my belief system. You know what I'm saying? Every transition of my journey that I have had regarding who I am, what I feel, what I think, and what I believe, I always stood boldly in it. I respected people, you know, as I continue to transition and journey. I never felt like I had the right to project my belief on people. You know what I'm saying? I didn't go to the Muslim temple trying to, you know, busting their doors open and trying to tell them to be this, and I'm just using that as an example because, again, no judgment. The point I'm making is I was bold in who I was, what I felt, what I believed, but I also understood as I grew in life, as I developed, that no matter how I felt and what I believed, that I did not have the right to insert it. That you know, I needed to create my own portal or my own platform, if you will, to express, in which I did. This is the life that I lived. I did. I created platforms or portals to express what I felt, what I thought, and those, you know, of course, who believed or was in that same frequency, they would, you know, come there. Or you hear what I'm saying? It's called respect of individuals' rights and individuals' beliefs, right? This is why I share this with you guys here, because the global scale, people are in different places, you guys, and not everybody's ascended to that level. They really believe that, you know what I'm saying, and that's their resonance. But what I'm telling you all is, you ain't got to deal with it. Okay? And may they be well. Y'all hear me say that all the time. And may they be well. You ain't got to be mad. You ain't got to get into it. But just to give you some understanding that some people are just not in that level of development. They're not in their consciousness, in their awareness. They're in another program. They're in another frequency. Their perception is different. So essentially to them, they feel like, yeah, I do have a right to go and bully and harass and cyberstalk people. Not. You all just stay in your own frequency and alignment and what's right for you. That's the best that I can put it, like summing it up in a nutshell. You don't have the right, nor do I, or anybody else, to assert your will, your view, or your perception. Since we're in America, well, at least I'm in America anyway, the United States of America is called freedom. I have a right to create via lovely technology and internet, just like anybody else, right? I hope y'all take that and run with it and free yourself, right? All right. So now let's sum it up. We already talked about is complicated, right? These dynamics, okay? And in my day, I've had some shit. I'm gonna tell y'all the for realsies. I wasn't always here. I was something else in my 20s. I'll just say that. I was something else. Okay? Still a sweetheart, but I was just something else. So I get it. I can relate to all of that. But we're in a different day and time than when I was coming up and, in my 20s. It's just a different day and time, beautiful souls. So there's a lot of heavier repercussions that we start to reap quite quickly You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot different than it used to be. You know, we have so many other factors that have developed. And you hear about crimes of passion. You hear about so many different things. Some of this stuff is just ill-advised, you know. Yeah, because people may end up crossing just these one wrong ones. And you did it just this one too many times. And your ass get killed. You know what I'm saying? Or something. You know what I'm saying? Lives get hurt. You know what I'm saying? Beyond somebody's emotion or ego. Like, you cross like that one wrong one. And it's usually the one least expected. It's usually the person that everybody look at like the nerd that could possibly kill you. So you kind of not want to fuck with, you know what I'm saying? You kind of want to try. Like, I'm just saying, y'all. You hear this stuff all the time. So it's like, I feel like we should just all be know thyself. Know thyself. Don't be an illusion. Don't be in fantasy. Count up the cost. Okay? Count up the cost. At the end of the day, it's complicated scenarios. And in terms of how you're starting your day and what you're feeding yourself, when you decide that you're ready to feel good, Abraham Hicks talks about this with Law of Attraction. Following feel-good emotions and feeling feel-good thoughts and choosing that, taking that power. When you decide, when you get in a position and you're ready, you're finally ready, like, look, I done been down this circle. I done vegged out on all this toxicity, all this negativity, all, you know, and I'm done. Now I want to put into my mind what stimulates making me feel good. In a good way, the high vibration way. I can almost hear some of y'all that's gonna come on here at some point when I upload this, like, yeah, feel good thoughts. Y'all know what I'm talking about. What's gonna motivate you? What's gonna inspire you? It can be anything. It can be a song that's uplifting. It can be a funny show. It can be something that's, you know, based on your viewpoints, that's kind of just pushing you and motivating you in an upliftment kind of way. Something that make you feel good about you and who you are as a person versus shit that don't make you feel, you know what I'm saying? Shit that make you feel crummy. I was reminded about that. That's why I was like, And as I was listening to one of my very own created playlists, I have a created playlist on Bloom from Within Love's YouTube platform. And it's a creative playlist of my own. That's all my creation. Straight positive affirmations. I think there's like 6 different videos. And as I was going by my day to day and I was driving and I put on the playlist, and I was like, yeah, like, and I noticed how I started feeling. I noticed my energy. I noticed my frequency. I noticed where like my thoughts went and stuff like that, right? I was like, man, shoes. I was like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? And you guys, that's what we need. It's not that you're ignoring your problems or your challenges or anything that maybe you feel like you're needing to somehow address. That's not it. It's just that you're getting yourself in this mind space, this thought form, this energy, these emotions that's empowering you to face things head on from a higher vibration and to have hope and inspiration versus you feel me? Like trying to deal with stuff from that perspective. It's like, fuck me already. Like, shoot me now. It's like, you know, and we want to kind of, you know, it takes a moment. You can set an intention and say, look, help me. I need to get into neutrality. Help me to get out of that vein. And then I was at the Reiki Center yesterday, one of my favorite Reiki centers. And we had this group session, right? And one of the speakers, who was it? Very lovely lady, but she was reminding us that, who was it? Anyway, it doesn't matter. She was reminding us that it's important to also be surrounded by, you know what I'm saying, surrounding yourself with stuff that's actually uplifting. And if you don't have it, then understand, right? You have to be creative in how you're doing this. But the gist of what she was really saying is that start evaluating your circle. Evaluate your circle. And what I mean by that is, who are the people you're spending a lot of time with? Who are the people that's in, you know, and I'm not talking about you got to go work a job, and, you know, I'm saying like that you're choosing to spend your luxury time with, your leisure time with, you know what I'm saying, you're hanging out with. Who are they? What kind of energy are they bringing? We are the company we keep. Who are they? What kind of frequency? What is the tempo? Because if it's toxic, if it's negative, then yeah. We need to surround ourselves. They don't have to be exactly like us. It's the energy. It's people that want to be uplifting, people that want to be positive, people that, you know, want that kind of energy. Versus just all they want to do, you hanging with them, but all they want to do is gossip all day. You hang with them, but all they want to do is talk about other people all day. You hang with them, but all they want to do is talk about how horrible life is now, while you're trying to uplift your energy so you can go towards your goals in life. You hang with them, but all they want to do is be, you know, sad and sorrowful, and you're bubbly and uplifting. You're hanging with them, but they just sitting there zombied out, you know what I'm saying? Zoned out and shit. Staring at the TV, and you're sitting there smiling and excited about life and trying to be hopeful and uplifting, but they want you around. It's not judgment against them. There's a time and a place for all of it. But if this is your everyday life, if this is your day-to-day, if this is the sheer essence of your life, that's something maybe you could look at and say, hey, maybe this is why I don't feel all that great. I just sit in the room with grumpy grumpersons all day, every day. This is what I do. By my choice. I love these people, and see, and this is where it gets all fuzzy and gray for most of us. You know, we have these attachments and we love people, and, you know, but where's that self-love paper at? Do I still have it like or no? Hold on, you guys. At the Reiki Center, there was this self-love paper. Where is it at? Yesterday. It said, I was going to show you guys it. It was beautiful, but it said, self-love, true self-love is not accepting loving yourself enough to not accept anything less than anything that you deserve for your own health and well-being and happiness. Hear that out. Health and well-being. Health and well-being and happiness. And guess what? Mental health, emotional health, well-being all matters. And if we are in environments around people that are countering, you know what I'm saying, the health and well-being, wellness and happiness, it's not about judging them or trying to make them feel bad. It's just something that you have to assess and realize. Is me hanging around these people day in and day out good for my health, well-being? Health, well-being, happiness. And be willing to answer it honestly without judging them, but still being willing to answer that question. because it's not our job. We're not supposed to be trying to change people. That's a violation too. So, hell, we may have to assess our circle. Like, we may have to say, you know, I love y'all. I love you. But, you know, I'm on this journey. I'm going through some transitions, and, you know, I know you are where you are, and I understand that, and I wish you well, and, you know, but I'm in a place in life that I really, I really need to be around more loving energy. I really need to be around more gentle energy. I really need to be around more sensitive energy. I really need to be around more uplifting, affirming, positive energy right now. If you don't understand that, I'm sorry that you don't, but that's where I am. And because I understand where you are, I have to pull back. I'm not going to sit here and give you a speech telling you about how you ought to be. That's also violating you. So I have to assess and go, okay, this is not good for me. It's time for me to pour into myself. Often we get stuck in trying to uplift others all the time that don't want to be uplifted. They just want that positive energy because they're not willing to tap in and create it for themselves. So sometimes we have to go, okay, yeah, I got to pour into me. It's important for my health and my well-being. That's what self-love is. Okay? I went all over the place on my little discussion, y'all. All right. I always do that. That's me for sure. So there you have it, reassess shit in your life, y'all. I get people coming and asking these kinds of questions. So typically I'll come on and I'll do a discussion like this. So, know thyself. It's complicated, comes with a complicated price. That's all I want to say with that. Okay. Know thyself. Don't live in illusion and fantasy in these types of situations. Okay. Also, pay attention to what you're feeding your mind. Pay attention to what you're doing habitually. Pay attention to how you wake up and start your day. Do you roll out of the bed scratching and farting, and then the very first thing you put on is a video or a show that's talking about how fucked up shit is? I'm just saying, then you already started. You're like, shit, fuck. You're like, God damn it. You know what I'm saying? See, that's why. And then we get in that whole little energy. So it may be like, just push a button. Be like, okay, let me just put on something. And you be creative. It's got to fit you. But something that makes you feel hopeful about life. Something that makes you feel hopeful about you. So you feel me? Because you're still here for now. And no matter how shit has gone, it ain't over. You're still here. You're still creating. You still are the captain of your ship. You still have the power to change the momentum and to co-create something different. You still do. So, shit happens. One of my favorite sayings. But I think I'm going to create a t-shirt that says, but you can turn shit to sugar. or something along the lines of, and somebody is going to say, no, the fuck you can't. Like, shit is shit, right? But it's all perspective, is what I'm trying to say. Just like manure is used to grow crops. It's basically cow shit. It's all perspective. So we can choose to take the shit that has happened, redesign it, and turn it into something that served to essentially create sugar in your life. Sweetness in your life. Yes? Yeah. Y'all got this. Y'all can do this. We got this. We can do this, right? And then, of course, give yourself plenty of space to heal, feel, validate the shit. So I'm not by any means talking about bypassing shit. I don't believe in that. I believe we do have to admit how we feel. We do have to sit and face our shit. Right? Give yourself sacred space to do it. I'm just simply talking about what are our habits, our day-to-day practices, what are we doing ritualistically, what are we choosing, and these are the things that I'm talking about. Hope that makes sense, you guys. All right, love y'all. Hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your wacky Wednesday. Thank you for watching and joining here, and sending y'all love and light. If I feel guided, I don't know, again today I've had this moment in time and space to stop, but I don't know what the rest of the day is going to look like, or if I have time tonight to come back on either here or the YouTube. Maybe I'll do a reading if I feel guided. Like maybe some of y'all out there are in complicated situations, and maybe I'll be guided to do a reading in terms of, all right, yeah, you in this complicated situation. Let's see what source want to say, you know, what tarot's got to say about trying to guide you through that complication, even revealing what's essentially true about that complicated situation. All right, but again, remember y'all, no judgment zone with Bloomy. It's all a journey. None of us are perfect. We have all, if we're honest, if all of us are really brutally honest, I'm just gonna say that. Motherfuckers be on some other shit acting like, you know what I'm saying, if we're all really brutally honest with ourselves, we've all done some crazy shit or things that we wish we hadn't. Even still, I may not be in the energy of doing that same kind of shit I did when I was 20 because of the lessons that I've learned. But I can bet you my bottom dollar I'm not perfect, and I can bet you my bottom dollar I'm still learning, I'm still growing. There's still things that I haven't figured out. There's still things that, you know, fear, ego will kick up and kick in, because that's the nature of this 3D experience. It's all growth. It's all development. It's what you're willing to do with it, and that accountability about it. It's the make or break. Yeah. So I just want y'all to know that that's not my energy. It's the no judgment zone with me. Hopefully you can just grab whatever lessons you were meant to in accordance to your higher self, or whatever belief system you have, to grow and evolve and heal and transform, so that you can live and create the best version of life that you want to create, versus the templates and the programs and the conditions that you came here with. Okay? All right. That's all. Sending y'all love and light, hugs and kisses, and I appreciate you all, and I wish I can read the screen, and it's, oh, maybe my screen is dimmed, and then the writing is so tiny. Sometimes I can get a glimpse and I see it, and then, okay, it says I'm at work but listening to you, somebody says, running across you. Nice. Whoever said that. Yeah, you're gonna get a mixed bag here at Bloom Within Love. Y'all gonna get chit chats, sayings, readings, Reiki sessions. Coming soon, you're gonna get talk show style with Bloomy on the couch, and I'll probably do it weekly and have a special guest with each session. And it may be some of you would maybe invited to be the special guest. I already have one person that's going to want to come on, and I gotta just fill that person out and see if his energy and my energy, if it's gonna all flow, you know what I'm saying? But we'll see. Okay, but we're certainly gonna have it. I'm gonna give you guys the day in the life, the story of Bloomy and everything. I know people have been asking and people are curious about it, and so I am going to tell a lot. It's gonna shock some of you guys. I'm gonna give y'all the lowdown on what created Bloomy, what got her here. Okay, the good, the bad, the indifferent, all of it, okay. All right, you guys, I send y'all love and light.